And I have a couple of larger videos coming up. One is like a big product testing video, and another one is more like researchy, like my last video. Thank you so much to everybody who watched that and really liked that. There was a lot of passion and research that went into that video, and I also feel like it was stepping out of like my comfort zone a little bit, doing a different type of video. So I'm very grateful for all of the support on that. So while all those bigger projects are brewing and stewing, I thought we would do something fun today. Fun, very fun. I think that this is very similar to a personality test together today. Definitely over the years, I have been asked by you guys, like, am I ENFJ, INFP, LMNOQ? I don't think that's how the alphabet goes, but I've been asked by you guys for a very long time, like, what my personality is, and a bunch of other things like what my number is, all of this kind of stuff, right? So I think that years ago, like when I first started my channel, I think that I had like taken one of these tests and I just like came to you guys with the results, but we didn't like take it together. And I don't remember what, anyway, this is a whole new thing, so I don't even know what I'm talking about that. I just discovered that this existed maybe a week ago, so you guys are gonna have to let me know in the comments on a scale of 1 to 10 how stupid I am, that I had never heard of an Enneagram. I don't know if it's pronounced Enneagram or Enneagram, probably Enneagram because it starts with an E. Tomato, tomato. So I think that this is going to give us a personality type 1 through 9, and I will plug in the little graph here so you guys can see what we're going to be generating together today. And feel free to take this quiz along with me. I will link it to you guys in the info box down below. I have a really awesome friend, Brianna, who sent me this link because I was like, I don't know, I was posting about this stuff the other day and she knew what I was talking about. So I was like, oh, I tweeted, I was like, what's the best Enneagram test? And this is the one she sent me and I trust her opinion. So this is the one we're gonna be taking. There's actually a couple you can take, but one is called the classical Enneagram test. And I've heard about this before where they give you like a wing. So I guess you're like a number, but you can have other traits that are representative of other personality aspects, other numbers. So maybe it's like a horoscope and a rising type. Let's take the test. Okay, because I think there's 14 pages. And I think I know what I'm gonna be just based on the name, but we shall see. So I think with all of these things, you're never supposed to pick like the middle of the road answer. You're always supposed to try and pick like yes or no and not maybe to get like the clearest answer. So let's begin. All right. So it says Enneagram test. Honestly, grade each statement yes for yes, that's really me, partly for this is partly how I am, and no for this is probably not how I am. If you don't know whether it applies, it's usually best to check no. So this one does sound a little bit different. So, okay, the first question is, I often refrain from acting as I'm afraid of being overwhelmed. I would say no. I guess they mean acting in the traditional actor sense. I don't get depressed easily, if at all. That's not true. Okay, this is confusing. I don't get depressed easily, if at all. Should I say partly? Partly. I don't know how to answer that. Okay, I am more sensitive than most people. Sometimes the world just seems too harsh. I would say yes, that's really me. I tend to trust most people. We're gonna go with partly for that one. I am too strict with myself and others. I'm gonna leave that one as a no. I plan the next adventure before the current one is finished. Definitely. I feel like that's my biggest flaw, is not finishing the projects that I start and always jumping to the next one, like this video. I want to win the approval of those in authority, sometimes even when I don't really like them. I am gonna say no. Success, prestige, and recognition really matter to me. I am probably gonna have to say, if I'm being honest, I'll say yes. I love to take care of people and I'm good at it. I would say yes. Okay, next page. I could probably use a little more ambition. I'll say partly. It's hard for me to put my feelings aside even to get a job done. Partly. after I said don't answer anything partly. I'm pretty domineering. I would say no. It's important to me that I be admired by others, and many people do admire me. I don't know what they mean by like admired. I don't know. I mean, I like other people to like me. It's important to me that other people like me, but would I say admired by others? That's a little strong. Do I put partly? Why do they word these things in this way? I'm always aware of what needs to be corrected. Is awareness and actually following through two different things. I am gonna say partly. In most close relationships, I give more than I take. I'm gonna say no, I guess. Does that make me an asshole? I think in most of my close relationships, it's like a 50-50 between giving and taking. Do I say partly? I actually don't like these questions. Okay, I am skeptical, suspicious, and doubtful. I'm gonna leave that at a big fat no. I'm uncomfortable when people want an emotional response from me. I'm gonna say no. I don't see much point in wallowing in negative emotions. When I begin to feel anxious, I tend to throw myself into distracting activities. That is difficult. That is definitely what I always want to attempt to do, but do I always make it there? No. Definitely sometimes I do wallow in negative emotions, so I guess we're just gonna say partly. Isn't it ironic that I started off this video being like, don't answer anything partly, and then like 99% of my answers is partly. I am more organized than most. No. Your happiness and feelings are your responsibility, not mine. I guess partly, because I mean, I think people, I don't know. I like to help other people feel happy. Am I answering these incorrectly? Because I'm just like throwing my own artistic interpretation on all of the questions. But I mean, I don't know. I do think it is everyone's own responsibility to generate their happiness. But I mean, like, I don't think that's like a sole responsibility. Like, you can definitely influence other people's happiness and feelings. Like, I don't think that it's just like on that person, you know what I mean? I'm a true romantic. I would say yes, even though it's frequently irrational. I sometimes worry whether people are talking about me behind my back. I'm gonna say no, I don't really care. It's easy for me to accept other people and they seem comfortable around me because I don't judge them. I would have to say yes, right? Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I'm not answering these are wrong. Okay, I avoid expressing strong emotions. I would say no. I don't mind taking a risk. I really like to beat the odds. I'm gonna say no. I'm really not a risky person. For better or worse, I compare myself to others to assess how I'm doing. I would say no. Personal relationships are by far the most important thing in my life. For that, I would say yes. Moving on. I am highly individualistic. I think that I could probably score the highest score that there possibly is for that. Okay, I want to observe and think without giving myself away before I go into action. What does that mean? I'm gonna say no. I just kind of like, while I'm very loyal to myself, I frequently worry that others are not gonna be loyal to me. I guess I'll say partly. I get bored more easily than most people. I'm always looking for new experiences. I'm gonna say no. I'm quite unobtrusive and easy to get along with. I would say partly, I guess, because people literally in my life either love me or hate me. It's like people generally have that sort of visceral reaction. I am more formal than most people. No. Rules annoy me. Yes. I am more loving than most people. I'd probably have to say yes. Is that vanity? I don't know. I'm a good networker. I know how to make connections. I would maybe say yes. Am I good at that? I don't know. I feel like room for improvement for everybody on everything. Okay, I don't like commitment. Who wants to be locked into something, especially if something better presents itself? I'm gonna say no. Nobody likes to be intruded upon, but I hate it. I mean, I guess I would say yes. Like, I definitely need a lot of me time. I often resent it when I see people doing a Slack job. I'm gonna say no, because like, I don't know. I am like somebody, I'm like, oh, they're probably having a shit day or something. I don't know. I'm more temperamental than most, but it's because my feelings are so strong. I guess I would give that one a hearty partly. I come on pretty strong and can sometimes intimidate people. I don't know if I would say intimidate people. It's like I agree with the first half, but not the last half. I do feel like I come on pretty strong, but I don't really think I intimidate people. I'm gonna leave that as a no, because I think the pretty strong they're talking about is like different than what I'm thinking about, which is like, I feel like I just have like a big personality that people either love or hate. Okay, I try and get closer to people by being generous with my time and energy, partly. Sometimes. People are attracted to me because I impress them. I don't, what does that mean? I'm gonna say no. I am attuned to anything that might be dangerous, and I am security conscious. I'd probably say partly. I go along with what others want unless I have a very strong desire of my own, which I usually don't. I'm gonna say no, because I usually have pretty strong desires of my own. Thank you very much. If I'm not careful, I can get too isolated from others. I would say yes. It's important. Sometimes I really do get too much into me time. It's important for me to feel as though I belong. I would say no to that. I'm meticulous, fastidious, even about the details that other people find minor. I would say no. I'm competitive and ambitious, but do not think of myself as cutthroat. For that, I would say partly. When making a decision, I often ask myself which option will yield the maximum enjoyment. Yeah, I'd probably say yes for that. I'm drawn to emotional intensity and am not afraid to explore its depths. I would say yes. Sometimes I have overextended myself in trying to help people. Yes, I see life as a struggle that I intend to win. Oh, I don't see life as a struggle. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. I tend to avoid conflict. Partly? Nah, yes. I don't know, like, yes, I don't know. Like, I feel like overall, yes, I tend to avoid conflict, but if I have like a personal problem with a friend or something, like, I'm not afraid to be like, hey, let's chat this out. Let's talk about it, buddy. But I guess I'll say yes, because that's not really conflict in my mind. That's just sort of like letting things not become a conflict, I guess. I'm a big procrastinator. Yes. It would be the worst thing to be seen by others as a loser. I'm gonna say no. I hold a tight rein on my temper. Partly. It's really hard for me to save money as I tend to spend beyond my limits. I'm gonna say no. To deal with the fear I always have, I'm as nice as possible towards everyone. To deal with the fear I always have, it has nothing to do with fear. I just want to be nice. I guess I leave that as a no, because it doesn't really have anything to do with fear. Okay. I welcome a good fight as it clears the air. No. It's strange, but I think there is something beautiful about sadness. Oh, that's like the worst part of myself. I'm like one of those like I'm like Morrissey. So I guess we'll say partly. I don't know. No one would ever call me selfish. I feel like I would say yes, right? No one would call me selfish. Yes. I don't tend to overcommit myself. I have a limited amount of time and energy. I would say partly, because I do sometimes get myself into more projects than I should. I'm good at getting things done. Partly. I think it's weak to back down from confrontation. No. I almost never lose control of myself. What kind of control do they mean? Partly. Sometimes I do, I don't know, werewolf and go wild. Usually I just focus on the positive sides of people, as focusing on negative traits or events does not help making relationships more harmonious. I would say yes. I'm constantly on the lookout for things that might go wrong. Partly. I am more sentimental than others. Yes. I want to be noticed, but it also makes me feel uncomfortable. No. If something doesn't go my way, I can find something beneficial about it. Partly. I accumulate lots of knowledge to counteract my lack of self-confidence. We will say no. Most people don't know that I'm actually really sensitive, as I tend to conceal my emotions. I think everybody knows that I am really sensitive, but I feel like sometimes I do conceal my emotions, so maybe partly, I don't know. I can't rest until the job is done. No, I'm not a show-off. In fact, I have probably been too modest. I would say partly. I'm pretty tough. I would say yes. I'm a brainstormer. For every problem, I can think of 10 approaches to the solution. I would say yes. I don't let it show, but if I'm with someone as unique as I am, I tend to get a bit jealous. I would say no. Change, whether to a new job or new school, makes me more anxious than it does most people. I would say yes. It is important for me that I win the respect of others. Yes. Others need my assistance much more than I need theirs. Yeah, I would say partly. I think I'm decently independent. I am more dramatic than most. Do I get to say yes on that one? I often lose my focus as my attention tends to drift off from the main issues. Yes. I tend to not consider asking help from others, even from those I love. I would say no. I have a compulsion to do things the right way, even if it's not cost effective. What does right mean? I don't know. I mean, if they say right in terms of honesty, then the answer would be yes. But if they mean right as in like super meticulous but not cost effective, I would say no. So I guess I would say partly on that because I need more information. I generally appear calm and even-tempered even when I'm under enormous strain. I would say partly. I want to enjoy things, so I'm not very disciplined. I would say yes. It takes me quite a lot of time and effort to make important decisions, and I frequently second guess myself. I would say no. People see me as a warm and sympathetic person. I would say yes. I have been told that I lack tact, but I think the most important thing is to tell the truth. I don't know about that. No, I think it is more important to like be considerate of other people's emotions versus just like, I don't know, verbal vomit or something. I tend to escape reality into a world of idealized fantasy. Yeah, yes. Even if I don't have it all together, at least I'm going to seem like I have it all together. I would say partly, I guess. Do I look like I have it all together? I don't think so. I've got a monkey in a bucket. My tendency is to tell people what's wrong and what they should do about it has sometimes annoyed them. I don't feel like I'm answering. I don't feel like I'm reading that right. My tendency to tell people what's wrong and what they should do about it has sometimes annoyed them. I would say no. I don't know, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I guess if you're like correcting other people and like giving them too much advice, which I would like to think I'm not like that. I usually wait for somebody to like ask me for advice or my opinion. I'm not just like, well, you should do this. It's hard to stay passionate and focused. I would say partly. I generally don't like to stay at one task for very long. I get restless and want to move on to something else. Yes. People often aren't what they seem, so I can be really suspicious of their motives. I would say partly. I'm not comfortable with self-revelation. I would say no. I have more energy and strength than most people. Partly. I have a lot of energy. Life's about give and take, so giving love is the most important thing in my life. I would say yes. Ooh, we're on page 12. Okay, I tend to have mixed feelings about many people. What is that supposed to mean? That literally could mean anything. Mixed feelings? Like, who just has one feeling about everybody? I would say partly. I have a lot of feelings. There are a lot of people. I'm proud of the fact that many people depend on me. I would say yes. I'm really good with the big picture, but I don't have much patience with detail work. Partly. I'll do what it takes to be successful. I don't know what they mean by that. Do they mean cutting other people's throats? Or do they mean like working really hard, working on yourself? Because then I feel like I'm all for like personal growth to do what it takes to be successful, but I would not hurt other people to become successful. So partly, what does that mean? What does it mean? I don't know. I've been told that I am a perfectionist, and I suppose it's true. No one has ever said that of me. I think best on my feet, so I tend to move into action before I've thought it through. I would say partly. I'm like, I just want to do it. The aesthetics of my surroundings has a strong influence on my mood. I would say yes. Sometimes I don't know what I'm feeling until I've had a chance to think about it. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm feeling. I usually fall asleep readily and can even take a nap when I'm stressed out. I would say partly, because unfortunately sometimes I do use naps as an escape from reality. So I feel like sometimes I rely too heavily on sleep if I'm like having a hard time emotionally, but then sometimes it can be totally on the opposite end of the spectrum, and I'm like, if I don't get at least 4 hours of sleep today, my bones, I don't know where I was going with that. So I'll say partly on that, for the sake of my bones. Okay, next, 13. When I've arrived, the party starts. I don't know, partly? What party? While I value my close relationships, I often feel most myself when I'm alone. I would say no. I can easily imagine all the things that might go wrong, as I have a very vivid imagination. We're gonna say yes for that one. I sometimes forget to do something that another person has been pushing me to do. I would say no, not pushing. And I don't forget. Sometimes I'm just like, yeah. If I have a real sensitivity to how my presentation is affecting others, and I can alter it if I have to. Wait, what? I am an English major and I cannot read. I have a real sensitivity to how my presentation is affecting others, and I can alter it if I have to. What does that mean? Do you guys understand that? Like, I've reread that about 5 times now, and every time I read it, it doesn't make any more sense than the last time I read it. I don't know if they mean like presentation, like outward presentation. I mean, do they mean like if you look like you just rolled out of bed or something, if that's affecting others? I'm just gonna leave that as a no. That's a burner question. I don't give a damn about morality, but I've got my own brand of integrity. I'm gonna say no to that one. It really bothers me when people don't say thank you. I would say no. I'm kind of like one of those people where like, I hope you have manners, but like, it doesn't, like, I'm not really like, you didn't say thank you. Like, I'm not like that. I don't know. I seldom compromise my principles. I would say yes. I enjoy remembering the past, even if it is a bit melancholic. I would say yes to that. Okay, last page. I secretly fear deprivation and being without the nicer things of life. Deprivation. Deprivation. Deprivation sounds frightening, so I guess I will say yes, deprivation. What? I see all points of view when there is a dispute, so it's hard for me to take a side. I would say yes. I am kind of guilty of like the devil's advocate. I have strong physical appetites, partly, I don't know. My life has been permeated by a sense of longing. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. I tend to either comply completely or to rebel. I would say no. I kind of just do my own thing. When I get involved in an intellectual problem, that stimulates me, I tend to detach from my emotions. I would say no. Even like back when I used to do debate, maybe that's why I was not that good at it. It is hard for me to like not be emotional. I am good at motivating people. I would say yes. Sometimes I'm too critical of others, but I'm much harder on myself than I am of others. That is another sentiment that I feel like is halfway true. Like, I feel like I am not ever really critical of others, but sometimes I can be really harder on myself, and I am certainly harder on myself than I am on other people. But I don't know what to say about that. I don't know. I guess I will say partly. Half of it's true. I sometimes wish people would take care of me for a change. I feel like many people do take care of me, so I'm gonna say no. Okay, results. I'm curious to know if I am what I think. Type 2? That's not what I thought I was gonna be. I thought I was gonna be type 4. That's so weird. I did not think. So they say, taking wings into account, I seem to be a 2, wing 3. That's crazy. Okay, and then here, I guess, is like another breakdown. I'll go ahead and scroll down so you guys can see this score as well. So it says, oh, see, wait, why would I not be a wing 4 then? Because I was second. So I guess what they said is 10 of the questions that I answered were type 2 answers, and then 9 of them were type 4, 8 were type 9, 7.7 type 7. So they break it down, each thing. I guess I'm like least like a type 1 or a type 5. So that's kind of weird. And then this other like breakdown thing, I think I'm just gonna have to like look more in depth into it later, but that is so weird. I'm shocked, you guys. I am shocked that I am a 2. So I will just try and insert some photos here because it seems like all of these different graphs and stuff, they have different names for what the different spots are. This one says 1 is a moral perfectionist, 2 is a supportive advisor, 3 is successful achiever, 4 is romantic individualist. That is what I thought I would be. 5 is an investigative thinker, 6 is loyal guardian, 7 is entertaining optimist. How am I not that? 8 is protective challenger, and 9 is peaceful mediator. But then this one is like kind of different because 1 is a perfectionist reformer, 2 is a giver helper, 3 is performer achiever, 4, wait, am I reading the same thing? 4 is romantic individualist, or is 4 just always romantic individualist? You guys are lucky. 5 is observer investigator, 6 is questioner loyalist, 7 is enthusiast adventurer. Maybe that's why I didn't get to, I'm not an adventurer. 8 is challenger leader. And 9 is mediator peacemaker. Do you guys ever just feel like you don't like how they word things? So you're like, I want to be known as something else. It's like something that you're not sounds more appealing to you than what you actually are. I also got this thing from my friend. She has like a book on this thing. You know what? I will ask her what this book is because it looks really interesting. It reminds me of a lot of the dream books and the astrology books and stuff that I do those live streams with you guys with. So I don't know what the book is because she just sent me like she just took pictures of the pages of what each number means. But I will text her and I will ask her what this book is. So maybe I can buy it, and if you guys want to look more into it, there are a lot of free resources for this stuff on the internet too though. So if you want to, or if you did just take this test along with me, first of all, let me know if you took the test and what number you got, or if you already know what number you are. I'm very curious. And I saw also a graph the other day that correlated like the whole INFJ blah 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 with these certain numbers, but I don't know. It would be shocking to see what I am. Anyway, I'm gonna read the thing for 2 from the picture that she sent to me, and we'll see. I will agree or disagree with these statements. So what it's like to be a 2. When it comes to taking care of others, I don't know how or when to say no. That is sometimes true. I'm a great listener and I remember the stories that make up people's lives. I feel like, yeah, I am anxious to overcome misunderstandings in a relationship. Yeah, I would say yes. I feel drawn to influential or powerful people. I don't think so. No, I'm not like that. People think I'm psychic because I usually know what other people need or want. Comme ci, comme ça. Even people I don't know well share deep stuff about their lives with me. I would say yes. It seems like people who love me should already know what I need. Yeah, I don't know. I need to be acknowledged and appreciated for my contributions. I don't really agree with that. I'm more comfortable giving than receiving. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love to give people presents. That's just like a thing that I love to do. So, I mean, I guess like, I don't know. I like my home to feel like a safe and welcoming place for friends and family. Yes. I care a great deal about what people think of me. I wouldn't really say I agree with that. I want other people to think I love everyone, even though I don't. That's dark. I like it when the people who love me do something unexpected for me. Yes. Lots of people ask me for help and it makes me feel valuable. Yes. When people ask me what I need, I have no idea how to answer. circumstantially. When I'm tired, I often feel like people take me for granted. No. People say my emotions can feel over the top. I don't really think so. I feel angry and conflicted when my needs conflict with others. Maybe. Sometimes it's hard for me to watch movies because I find it almost unbearable to see people suffer. Yes. I worry a lot about being forgiven when I make mistakes. Yes. Okay, now I'm gonna read 3, and if I say one more time, I will punch myself in the face. Okay, 3. It's important for me to come across as a winner. I don't really care. I don't think I'm like a competitive person. I feel like I'm only competitive with myself. Like I get disappointed in myself if I'm not doing better than myself was like a month ago, but I am not a person where like in the scheme of like comparing myself to other people, I've got to be number 1. Although it does remind me of if you're not first, you're last. Do you know what movie I'm quoting? I love that movie. Okay, 2, I love walking in a room and knowing that I am making a great first impression on the crowd. I could persuade Bill Gates to buy a Mac. I don't think so. The keys to my happiness are efficiency, productivity, and being acknowledged as the best. I think not. I don't like it when people slow me down. No. I don't like how to airbrush. I know how to airbrush failure so it looks like success. I don't think so. I'd rather lead than follow any day. That is true. I'm competitive to a fault. I don't feel like I'm like this at all. I can find a way to win over and connect with just about anyone. I'm a world champion multitasker. I keep a close watch on how people are responding to me in the moment. It's hard for me to not take my work along on vacation. No, it's hard for me to name or access my feelings. I'm not one to talk much about my personal life. Sometimes I feel like a phony. I do not know. I reject this. I feel like I have said no to like everything on this page. I love setting and accomplishing measurable goals. I feel like that is kind of me. I like to be seen in the company of successful people. I don't care. I don't mind cutting corners if it gets the job done more efficiently. I don't care about any of this shit. People say I don't know how or when to stop working. I mean, that like I don't know. Like I love what I do, so I feel like I am working a lot, but it's not like I cannot go on vacation or something. I think my computer like completely is dead. Yeah, it's dead. I don't understand how I have anything to do with like personality 3. Oh, it came back up. That's so weird. I almost think maybe I interpreted the questions wrong. I don't understand how I'm not wing type 4 though, because that was the second highest that I answered questions. Like I got 9, so 10, 2 was the highest, 4 was the second highest with 9. And then type 3, I only got like 6 out of all the questions. So I don't know why they're saying 2W3. That's so annoying to me. I don't like it. Okay, you guys, I feel like I'm going on way too long. Although I feel like I would also like to just read out all of these other ones. I don't know. You guys, let me know. Did you take the test? Do you like videos like this? Should we try and take like the Myers-Briggs personality test together? I feel like this is kind of a interesting thing to get into right now because, you know, we're all just kind of like stuck at home. There's tons of like free information and free resources. I don't know how reliable any of this stuff is because I reject being a 3. It's okay if you're a 3. I don't think I'm a 3. Anyway, I feel like this is a really fun thing to get involved in because you can look up a lot of stuff and you can like quiz yourself, quiz your family, quiz your friends, learn things about each other. I could have taken this in German. I don't know why I'm clicking on that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out today and for watching. Let me know what y'all think about this video. And I cannot wait until I get done with my future videos in the near future. But like I keep saying, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if y'all want me to like get some more books on this stuff and maybe we could like take another one during a live stream. We could all like take it live together, and maybe we should take the other version too. I don't know. I'm sort of one of those people where I'm like, well, I didn't get the answer I wanted. Let me take the quiz again. What does that say about my personality? Anyway, I love you guys so, so much. And if you're not already and you'd like to be, hit the button down below, subscribe, become a member of the Swamp family, and give an alligator its wings. I love you guys so, so much. And I will see y'all again very, very soon. Bye.